welcome to Starship TV. The Chronovisor, a hypothetical window into the past. 1. Introduction. What is the Chronovisor? The Chronovisor is a theoretical device popularized by Father François Brune in his 2002 book Le Nouveau Mystère du Vatican. According to Brune, the machine was allegedly developed in secret by a group of scientists, including Enrico Fermi and Wernher von Braun, under the guidance of the Vatican. It was said to allow users to see and hear events from the past, like tuning into a cosmic broadcast of history. Though there is no credible scientific evidence that such a device exists, the idea provokes fascinating discussion about time, reality, and the profound implications such a technology would have on society. 2. Theoretical foundations. Could it be possible? The premise of the Chronovisor relies on speculative physics. However, let's explore possible theories often invoked. Residual energy theory. Some believe that intense events leave behind an energetic imprint, like a recording on spacetime itself. The Chronovisor would then act as a receiver for these imprints. Quantum holography. Some physicists speculate that the universe is a holographic projection. If past information is stored in quantum fields, theoretically, a sufficiently advanced device might access this data. Multiverse and time echoes. In a multiverse framework, alternate timelines may record all versions of events. A Chronovisor might tune into parallel timelines or past echoes within them. Despite these ideas, mainstream physics currently sees no method by which we could view past events with certainty. 3. Societal impact. A world with the Chronovisor. A. Crime and justice. Positive aspects. Cold cases and unsolved crimes could be resolved with exact visual/audio evidence. It would eliminate false imprisonment and wrongful convictions. Negative aspects. Raises privacy concerns. Even deceased individuals would have no peace. Could lead to authoritarian misuse. Governments might surveil every citizen retroactively. B. Entertainment and media. Positive aspects. Real-time visual recreations of ancient concerts, wars, extinct animals, or vanished cultures. The History Channel could literally show Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, Caesar's assassination, or the building of the pyramids. Negative aspects. Distortion of reality. Selective viewing or edited broadcasts could manipulate public perception of history. Diminishing value of artistic recreations and dramatizations. C. Historical accuracy. Positive aspects. Definitive answers to questions like who built Stonehenge or what really happened at Roswell. Reconciliation of conflicting cultural narratives and religious beliefs through direct observation. Negative aspects. Potential cultural destabilization if foundational myths are proven false. Religious or ideological backlash if sacred events are debunked. 4. Ethical and philosophical questions. Right to be forgotten. Should every action of every person be accessible forever? Altered accountability. If we can confirm historical atrocities, how do we address them today? Emotional consequences. Viewing traumatic or tragic events in detail may cause psychological distress. 5. Multiverse, parallel timelines, and the Chronovisor. If the Chronovisor does not just access our timeline's past but multiple realities, it could show alternate outcomes of historical events. What if Hitler had won World War II? What if the Library of Alexandria survived? Proof of the multiverse would reshape philosophy, theology, and identity. Raises questions of determinism versus free will. Do we live in the true timeline, or just one of many? 6. Why hide it? Avoiding global chaos. Instant access to historical truths could destabilize governments and religions. Moral concerns. Public use could result in voyeurism, sensationalism, and abuse. 7. Other aspects and implications. A. Education. Students could attend lectures by Aristotle or see firsthand the founding of civilizations. B. Personal use. Individuals might seek out ancestors, view their own past, or revisit deceased loved ones, blurring lines between healthy remembrance and obsession. C. National security. Espionage would extend into the past. Governments might observe secret meetings from decades ago. D. Economic impacts. Entire industries could arise or collapse based on newly discovered historical truths or technologies re-examined from the past. 8. Final thoughts, should it ever be built? The Chronovisor, if real, represents the ultimate surveillance tool, the definitive historical record, and a potential philosophical weapon. It embodies both humanity's yearning for truth and its fear of it. Like nuclear power, the ethical handling of such a device would be crucial. Perhaps the most profound question is not, can we see the past, but should we? 1. Radio waves, TV signals, and data transmission. Nature of signals. Radio and TV signals are electromagnetic waves that propagate through space at the speed of light. These signals technically persist in space, spreading outward forever, unless absorbed or distorted. Speculative argument. Some theorists speculate that if you could travel far enough and fast enough, you might intercept old broadcasts, like watching the moon landing from a planet 50 light-years away. The Chronovisor, in this sense, could be imagined as a receiver of such space memory, if history is somehow recorded in the fabric of the universe like these signals. Limitations. In reality, these signals degrade over time and distance. Background radiation, interference, and quantum noise make it improbable we could reconstruct usable images from Earth's early broadcasts even from nearby space. 2. The spirit world, ghosts, and energy transference. Residual haunting theory. Paranormal researchers often speak of residual hauntings, ghosts that don't interact but replay like a tape loop. The theory posits that emotional or traumatic energy imprints itself onto locations. Energy transference. This assumes a kind of psychic or spiritual energy can influence the environment, leaving echoes. If emotions and experiences can affect physical matter in this way, the Chronovisor might be tapping into that same etched energy field. Scientific standing. There's no conclusive evidence for these ideas, but they persist culturally and philosophically. They align well with the holographic universe theory, which implies all information, even consciousness, is encoded across the whole of spacetime. 3. The etching of events onto time itself. This idea suggests that everything that happens leaves a permanent mark on the structure of time or space. Possible mechanisms. Spacetime is a recording medium. If spacetime can record events the way grooves hold music on a vinyl record, the Chronovisor might function like a stylus reading the past instead of altering it. Akashic records, theosophy, a metaphysical concept where every thought, word, and deed is recorded in a non-physical plane of existence, akin to a divine hard drive. 4. Time is non-linear, past, present, and future as simultaneous. This concept aligns with many philosophical and scientific interpretations. Einsteinian view. Relativity suggests that time is not absolute, it is relative and interwoven with space. The block universe theory posits that all moments in time exist simultaneously, we simply experience them in sequence. Quantum mechanics and many worlds. Quantum theory opens the door to parallel timelines or multiverses, where all possibilities exist at once. The Chronovisor, if accessing time this way, might not be showing the past but tuning into one of many coexisting timelines. Integration. What does it all mean for the Chronovisor? Combining all these perspectives, we arrive at several compelling interpretations. Chronovisor as a cosmic receiver. It reads the leftover electromagnetic or spiritual imprints of the past, like signals or psychic residues embedded in the universe. Chronovisor as dimensional tuner. If time is layered and multiversal, the device could shift frequencies like a radio, catching broadcasts from other realities or times. Chronovisor as a mirror to the Akashic record. It may be a technological interface to a metaphysical realm where all human experience is archived eternally. Implications. Philosophical. If the past is always there, can we ever truly escape or forget? Spiritual. Concepts like karma, judgment, or redemption take on a literal dimension if every action is permanently viewable. Ethical. The idea of privacy would be obsolete, not just in life, but after death. Scientific. Forces us to question the very fabric of reality. What is now if the past and future also exist? Final thought. The convergence of technology, spirituality, and metaphysics in the idea of the Chronovisor suggests that our understanding of time and memory may be radically incomplete. Whether through quantum theory, ghost lore, or theological speculation, the line between scientific discovery and mystical insight may not be as clear-cut as we once thought. Diagram Part 1: Imagined design of the chronovisor. The chronovisor is often described as a complex apparatus combining various components to capture and display past events. Antenna array captures residual electromagnetic signals believed to be emitted by historical events. Cathode ray tubes display the visual reconstructions of past occurrences. Control console allows the operator to input specific dates and locations to view. Audio output system reproduces sounds associated with the visual events. Power supply unit provides the necessary energy to operate the device. This configuration suggests a machine that functions similarly to a television, but instead of broadcasting current events, it displays scenes from the past. Globe with meridians diagram Part 2: Societal impact map. The potential existence of the chronovisor could have profound effects across various sectors. Justice system. Positive, resolution of historical crimes through direct observation. Negative, privacy concerns and potential misuse for surveillance. Historical research. Positive, accurate reconstruction of historical events. Negative, challenges to established historical narratives. Religious institutions. Positive, validation of religious events and figures. Negative, potential contradictions to religious texts leading to theological debates. Entertainment industry. Positive, creation of content based on actual historical footage. Negative, ethical concerns over the commercialization of sensitive historical events. Education sector. Positive, enhanced learning through visualizations of historical events. Negative, dependence on the device may diminish critical thinking skills. You're watching Starship TV.